Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You can hear me, Prabhuji? Is it
No, good. Okay, thank
okay?
you.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll start. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Brajari Yamuna Tira Brajari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Naam Sankirtan Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much everyone for joining for Sunday Feast. Discussion, lecture, class, whatever you can call it. So today's topic, I was thinking what to speak, and we'll be speaking something on. I'll try to speak something on lessons from Ramayan. So basically, 3 lessons from Ramayan, and Ramayana itself is so huge, not just in terms of number of verses. It has 24,000 verses just on the person of Lord Ram. Srimad Bhagavatam has 18,000 verses amongst all incarnations, right? All the different entire thing. But Valmiki Munis wrote in so much detail about the pastimes of Lord Ram that he composed 24,000 verses. So it's so huge, not in just number of verses, but in the loving devotion aspect also. It's very deep, and there's so many pastimes and so many lessons from those pastimes. So due to time constraint, of course, we won't be able to go to all, touch even one aspect or one pastime in detail. It can, devotees have shed so many lessons from Ramayana, from one pastime itself, right? So, but I will try my best to speak about 3 lessons from Ramayana, from different pastimes. So before I start speaking something about Ramayana itself, I think it's imperative that we should sing something in glorification of Lord Ram himself. Right? So I'll be reciting few verses in glorification of Lord Ram, and then we'll start with our discussion. So this is a beautiful verse I heard from one of the devotees and really loved it. So I'm just going to recite and then say the translation or explain the verse. So it goes like this: Brahma bodhi samudbhavam kalimalam pradhamshanam cha vyayam Srimad Shambhu Mukhendu Sundaravare Samshobhitam Sarvada Samsaramaya Bheshajam Sukhakaram Shri Janaki Jivanam Dhanyaste Kritino Pibanti Satatam Shri Rama Namamritam. Very, very beautiful verse. It says Brahmam Bodhi Samudbhavam. So Brahma here means not or Brahma or not just Brahman. It here means the Vedas. And then a very similar word is used in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. The Brahma here means the Vedas. So Ambodhi means churning. So what the verse is saying, the first line, after churning, after churning the ocean of the Vedas. So remember in our Samudra Manthan, right, pastime, when the churning of the ocean was happening, so many things came out, so many personalities came out, right? The first thing which came out was poison, Kalakuta, right? Halahal, if I'm not wrong. Poison came out. Then came Airavat, then came Ucheshrava, then came Soma, then came Mother Lakshmi, right? Many things came out. And at the end came what? The nectar, pot of nectar. So what is saying? Brahma Ambodhi means the churning, by churning the ocean of Vedic knowledge. Samut means came up. Bhavam means appeared. Came up, appeared, right? So Brahma Ambodhi Samud Bhavam. Something came up after there's something, at the end of churning of the Vedas, something came up. And what is it? What down different aspects or different qualities of that something which came up is mentioned now. It's Kalimalam Pradhumshanam. Malam means contamination or bad, dirty things, right? So malam also means spots. That's why Mahaprabhu um, addressed or gave the told the Srimad Bhagavatam's Amala Puran. There's no mala. It's pure, transcendental. It's Kali Malam, the contamination of Kali. Pradhumshanam. Dhumshan means destroy. Pra is in front of Dhumshan means completely destroy. Dharma projita kaitava. Pra ujjita. Ujjita means destroy. Pra means completely destroy. Right? So pradhumshanam means that thing which completely destroys the mala of Kali. There's one attribute of that thing that we're talking about. The second is cha and avyayam. It's eternal, non-deteriorating, right? When avyayam, right? And this word also used in Bhagavad Gita also. Krishna uses this word avyayam. There's two aspects, two attributes. The third one, Srimad Shambhu Mukhendu Sundaravare. Srimad Shambhu is Lord Shiva, right? Mukha means face, Indu means moon. And so the moon-like face of Lord Shiva, Sundaravare, is very nice situated. Sundaravare means very nicely situated, right? Samshobhitam Sarvada, and looks very beautiful and is eternally situated. Sarvada means it's always, that thing is always residing on the face or the mouth of Lord Shiva. Srimad Shambhu Mukhendu Sundaravare Samshobhitam Sarvada, always. The three aspects we talked about Lord Shiva, Kalimalam Pradhumshanam, and Cha Avyayam, right? Now, the third verse, the next paragraph, the next stanza, would say, Samsara Maya Bheshajam, means this thing which came out at the end of churning of the entire Vedic scriptures is a sure shot, unfailing medicine for something. Samsara, Bhavarog, is a sure shot, unfailing medicine to come out of the Bhavarog. What is Bhavarog? Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatare Shayanam, Yasansare, Bhudustare, Kripaya Pare, Pahi Murare. Shiva Shankaracharya wrote this composed this verse. Right? We are stuck in this cycle of Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Right? Birth, death, right? Birth, death, old age, disease. These four cycles are stuck. But this thing is a sure shot, unfailing medicine to get out of this bhava rog. Right? There's a third attribute, fourth attribute. The fifth attribute is sukhakaram. It's very, very, very happy. It's very pleasing. Right? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says that is this process of devotional service is very, very pleasing, very, very, very pleasing. Right? So the fifth attribute is sukhakaram. The sixth attribute. Now this sixth attribute gives away what I'm talking about. Is Sri Janaki Jivanam. Janaki is Mother Sita, and this thing is the life of Mother Sita. Now we know who it is. Sri Ram. Right? This is Sri Janaki Jivanam. And says Dhanyaste Kritino Pibanti Satatam. Dhanyas, all glories, all glories. Dhanyaste Krita. Krita means one who does this. What? Dhanyaste Kritino. Krita means you're doing something. What do you do? What is a person? All goes to such people who does what? Pibanti Satatam. Pibanti means drink. The third verse of Srimad Bhagavatam talks about that. Right? Pibanti means drinking. Once, twice, no. Satatam, one who always. So all glories to such a person who constantly drinks. Now we'll think, okay, drink what? Last line, the punchline. Shri Rama Nama Amritam. Who constantly drinks the Amrita of Shri, name of Lord Ram. Right? So this is the glory of the name of Lord Ram. Now, there's two more verses which I'll recite. These two verses come from the Rama Raksha Stotra. So I'll recite the verse. Shri Rama Rama Raghunandana Rama Rama Shri Rama Rama Bharatagraja Rama Rama Shri Rama Rama Ranakarkasha Rama Rama Shri Rama Sharanam Bhava Rama Rama Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Manasa Smarami Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Vachasa Granami Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Shirasa Namami Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. This was from Rama Raksha Stotra. It says all goes to Shri Rama, who is Raghunandana, who comes in dynasty of Raghu, and who is a Bharata Agraja. Agraja means elder, who is the elder brother of Bharat Maharaj. And Rana Karkash. Karkash means scorpion. Scorpion is very, so he's moves in the battlefield like a scorpion, stinging and killing the demons. Rana Karkasha Rama Rama. And Shri Rama Sharanam Bhava Rama Rama. All goes, often obeisances to Lord Ram. Then comes Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Manasa Smarami. May my mind be always engaged in remembering you. Manasa Smarami. Charanau Vachasa Granam. May my speech be always engaged in glorifying you. Charanau Shirasa Nevami. May my head be always engaged in bowing down to you. And Shri Rama Chandra Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. May I always totally unconditionally surrender unto you. This is these two verses are from the Rama Raksha Stotra. Right? And there's one more verse which I love this verse when they complete the glorification of Lord Ram. He says, Lokabhiramam Ranarangadhiram Rajiva Netram Raghuvamshanatham Karunya Rupam Karunakarantam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadye. Right? I surrender to Lord Ram, who is the prettiest, most beautiful personality in the world. Lokabhiramam. Who is very brave in the battlefield. Ranarangadhiram. And this was lotus-like eyes. Rajiva Netram. And Raghuvamshanatham. He is the chief of the Raghu dynasty. And Karunya Rupam, he is mercy personified. Right? And who is extremely merciful. So I humbly surrender unto this lotus feet. So this is the glorification of Lord Ram. Before we speak something about on Ramayan, so to say, right? So now, after we have glorified Sri Ramachandra, let's talk about Ramayan. Right? So Rama, we know Uttarayan, we know Dakshinayan. Uttarayan means the path which the sun takes by going up, Uttar, north. Dakshin means south, the path which the sun takes by going south, Dakshinayan. So what does Ramayan means? So well, the Acha has given many different explanations of Ramayan. One of the meanings is Ramayan means following in the footsteps of Sri Ram, or the path which one should take to reach Lord Ram is Ramayan. So we can say that who if you say that someone says that I am following Ramayan or I have read Ramayan, I have understood Ramayan, what does it mean? It means that the person has imbibed the teachings of Ramayan in their life. Only then we can say that we are on Ramayan. Similarly, for Bhagavad Gita, right? A person came to Srila Prabhupada and said, "Oh, Prabhupada, Swamiji, I can recite Bhagavad Gita left, right, middle, center, whichever verse you say, I can recite front to back, back to front. In 45 minutes, I can read." Prabhupada said, "Well, that's very good, but can you leave Bhagavad Gita for 5 minutes?" Right? So there are many people who say, "I read Ramayan. I read Ramayan. Okay, what are you going to say is so different that I already know, that I already know." Right? So it's not just hearing Ramayan just for the sake of it. I know the past time, this person killed this person, this demon, or this happened, that happened. That is Ramayan. No. One has understood Ramayan means one has imbibed the teachings of Ramayan in their life. Right? That is actual meaning of understood, or I understood Ramayan. Now, Ramayan is called as a Vyavaharik Shastra. Vyavahar means dealings, practical dealings. It's called Vyavaharik Shastra. There are many, so numerous lessons in Ramayan which can help us practically in our life. So Ramayan helps us lead one's life. Srimad Bhagavad Gita helps us live one's life. And Srimad Bhagavatam helps one live one's life. So Ramayan helps us lead one's life, how to lead one's life. And this is exemplified by Lord Sri Ramachandra himself. Right? So as a topic for today, we'll start our topic for today. 3 lessons from Ramayana. Now, the first lesson would be the power of association. Right? So, whom to associate with and whom not to. Right? So, this topic of association has been explained so much by all acharyas in such detailed way that it doesn't make any sense for me to, in a sense, I'll try my best basically to what they, explained. Maybe in just, right? But they explained so beautifully. In fact, the part of association is so much stressed that Srila Rupa Goswami in his Nectar of Instruction has mentioned in the, I think, verse number 2 and verse number 3. It says, Prajalpanya Mahagraha Jarasangascha Laulemcha. Yes, Jarasangascha means avoid the association of worldly minded people. Jarasangascha Laulemcha. So this is one of the 6 of don'ts. Do not do this. Right? Is one of the things. And the next verse is Utsaha Nishchaya Dhaira Tattastama Pavatanat Asasanga Sadovrate Sadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. If 6 things to do is Asasanga Sadovrate, Asatsanga. Don't associate with worldly people. Again, association. He stresses on the importance of association so much that he had to mention twice in back-to-back verses. Right? There are many verses which explain about this. One of the very famous verse about Sadhu Sangha or Sangha is Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kohe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. The potency of Sadhu Sangha. Right? So if you see in a life of any great person, right, you will see they always have great company. So in terms of Mahatma Gandhi, he mentioned in his autobiography, My Experiments with Truth, that back when he was young, he watched the play of Raja Harishchandra and also Ramayan. and that influenced him greatly, right? So association is so much, so important, that it can shape one's character very much. This very famous saying in Hindi, "Jaisa sang, vaisa rang." Right? We can understand what kind of person one is just by knowing what kind of people he associates with. We can get a very good idea, right? So, we have to understand whom to follow, whom to associate with, and whom not to. That is extremely important, at least a part of devotional life. And nowadays we have so many wonderful, what to say, role models, cricketers, actresses, actor, do anything. They start something and then becomes a trend. Shah Rukh Khan makes a haircut. Next day, you can see 100 people on the street with same haircut, right? They influence so much, right? So we have to understand how important association is. So association doesn't mean just, doesn't mean being physically present or being physically together, but also very importantly means associating with the instructions. The Prabhupada or uh, the many disciples of Prabhupada who wanted to be in the inner circle of Prabhupada's association, they had to be very close to Prabhupada. They always fight. No, I have to go. No, I want to be with Prabhupada. I want to be with Prabhupada, close to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada knew what was going on, and he gave a very nice example to illustrate this point that association doesn't mean just physically being present around me. He gave example saying that, you see this mosquito on my arm, right? He is the most closest to me right now, even you. But what is he doing? He's taking my blood. He's giving me pain, taking my blood. So just being association with me doesn't mean that you are taking everything. You are getting all the wonderful things. Right? It means following the instructions of the spiritual master. Right? And association doesn't just mean that, okay, but be in presence. In, let's say you get a chance to be in the presence of someone. But what if the person has already died? Can you be associated with that person? Yes. So we know the white supremacist group. Their main ideology is influenced by Hitler. Hitler is long gone, but they still use his ideology to propagate whatever they want to do. Right? So association doesn't mean just physically present. It also means the instructions, the hearing, the words, and everything. Right? And by wonderful association, what happens? We get a clarity in life. What to do, what not to do, how to react, how not to react, what is proper way to conduct, what is proper way not to conduct. Right? So this very, this part of this topic of association very nicely comes in the form or in the pastime of the interaction between Manthara and Kaikai. So Mother Kaikai was so, she loved Lord Ram so much, such that she loved Ram more than her own son Bharat. She loved Lord Ram like anything. In fact, after marriage, when Mother Sita and Lord Ram came to Ayodhya, she came out running from the house and said to Mother Sita, "Oh Sita, this Kanaka Bhavan is yours now." Kanaka means gold. Bhavan means palace or a house. This golden palace is yours now. She loved Lord Ram more than anything. And that's how Lord Ram was, or he still is. Right? So the past time, just to give a brief history, when Maharaja Dasharath announced that Lord Ram is the crown prince, so not everyone is invited. It is very hush hush, very quick thing. And that during that time, Bharat Maharaj was in the KK Pradesh, maternal uncle's place, KK. KK is the sound which peacock makes, and Kaikai is because she was from KK Pradesh. So he was there in KK Pradesh, and Mantra overheard that from our servants that she was so happy. She said, "What is going on? What is this so much going on in the palace?" So you didn't hear? Maharaj Dasharath has proclaimed that Lord Ram will be the next crown prince. The moment she heard that, she was so furious, she rushed to Mother Kaikei, rushed towards Mother Kaikei. And Mother Kaikei was sitting on the couch, relaxed, and she came in front of Mother Kaikei and said, "Do you know what is happening?" She started shouting, in an enraged way. Mother Kaikei said, "What is going on? Just calm down and tell what is going on." And said, "Do you know Maharaj Dasharath has proclaimed, has decided that Lord Ram will be the new next crown prince." Moment Mother Kaikei heard this news, she had the reaction which she gave was the exact opposite of what Manthara was expecting. What did Mother Kaikei say? Kaikei say, "What is so bad about this? Such a wonderful news. It was so amazing that she removed a necklace from her neck and gave it to Manthara as a gift." But what did Manthara do? She got the necklace, she threw it in the ground and said, "Oh, foolish woman, you had no idea what is going to happen. You have no idea what is going to happen to you. Everything's going to be destroyed. You are going to be ruined." She started all this negative, what do you say, blaspheming Lord Ram and all the negative aspects which will come out by Lord Ram being the king, the new king. But Mother Kaikeyi was saying, "What is nothing, there's no problem." But Manthara, she started, feeding poison in the heart of Mother Kaikeyi. She did everything in her power to convince Mother Kaikeyi that it was an extremely bad decision by Maharaj Dasharath. And what happened? The love which she had for Lord Ram in so much quantity, it turned into so much hate for Lord Ram that Maharaj Dasharath, even after falling in the feet of Mother Kaikeyi, she did not even budge an inch. And eventually, because of the pain and of the separation of agony, Maharaj Dasharath had to leave his body. Right? So she fed so much poison that love for Lord Ram turned to hate for Lord Ram. So here Manthara represents some people who may be our friends. See, Manthara was very much trusted by Mother Kaikeyi. In fact, Manthara actually raised Mother Kaikeyi. So she had implicit faith. She will not tell any bad for me. She's taking care of me. She's like a mother to me. She'll not do anything bad. Implicit faith. Or because what? She grew up, they grew up together. Or I don't know, but basically Manthara raised her. Similarly, there may be friends or acquaintances which we know, which we have known for over the years, and we may not know their intentions. Right? They want to take advantage of our friend of the friendship which we have. So Manthara, why did she? She was not. She did not give good. She did not tell all these things about Lord Ram. What would happen if Lord Ram became the king? All the bad, negative stuff. Not because she was actually thinking about Kaikeyi. No, she was thinking about herself. Because if Lord Ram becomes the king, then Mother Kaushalya will become the queen mother. And Maharaj Dasharath's favorite queen was Mother Kaikeyi. And she will have, she will say, "Okay, I'm going to get you on this. I'm going to get revenge." And Manthara, my position as the chief maidservant of the queen mother, if Bharat became the king, that will go. I am to lose here. I lose everything. So I have to do something about it. That was her intention. There are many friends of ours who may seemingly, yes, boss, yes, person. But something comes in their way of, I'm getting so much from our friendship, and something's coming into our way, which, because which I will not get. For example, your friends are there with you, let's go drinking, man, go happy, merry, go lucky, right? And eat, drink, and be merry. Moment, the person starts going into devotional life, and the spiritual life, and say, no, I'm good. I'm trying to quit drinking. They say, whoa, wait. Something's going wrong. all alarm bells will start ringing in their head. Something's wrong. No, I don't want this to happen. Then they start feeling poison. Hey, what kind of nonsense is spirituality? What are you gonna get? Or nothing is everything is useless. They're just chatting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, nothing's gonna happen. Right? So all this nonsense they start feeding, and because they're such good friends, they think, why would the person say bad things about, of course, I'm sure he must be thinking something good about me. Right? So he won't say anything bad. Slowly, what happens? They say, Acha, okay. And our viewpoint, totally changes. Even if we were favorable at once, at one point of time towards the process, we may start developing aversion to the process. We're saying, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That thing made very much sense, made total sense previously or before this person started influencing you. But after that, what happened? The same thing didn't make any sense. It's all nonsense stuff, right? So association is so much important that your character, you can mold a character, or your character molds based on association you have. And that is what happened to Kaikei. Her temporary spell of selfishness perverted her from normal kindness, gentleness, and wisdom to what? To an uncharacteristic cruelty, harshness that caused agony to her family members and brought about the anguished death of her husband, Mardasharat. And not only her, not only him, but gave lifelong pain to the entire residents of Ayodhya because of her selfishness. Right? So we have to, when we are with people, we have to be sure that we are strong enough. There's two things: there's giving association and there's taking association. Right? So Mother Kaikai here, represents a person who's not very strong in philosophy. So that their faith is very pliable. It's not very, I love Lord Ram. When we say, very sentimental. And when someone strong comes and try to persuade that, oh no, what love, what is the nonsense stuff, then slowly start moving. If you're not, if the building doesn't have a good foundation, the building will topple. No matter how big, how beautiful the building is, there's no foundation. Of the weak foundation, sab gaya. So we have to be strong to the association, or else you will take the association and you also go away. Right? On the other hand, there's Vibhishan. Now he was right in the center of the biggest asuras in the whole universe. Ravan, Indrajit, his son Akshay Kumar, all the asuras, all his ministers, everyone, he was right in the center. Right? But Vibhishan did not change. Of course, Ravan was, when I was seeing this, so they used to eat meat, they used to do all this nonsense stuff, all this unimaginable stuff. Valmiki Ramayana actually mentions what all they used to eat: human flesh with this gravy, that gravy, very detailed graphic way. Vibhishan did not indulge in all the stuff. Why? Even he had some. Did he have any association of devotees like Lord Ram? No. But he had association of what? Nam. Shri Ramanam. He had association of the holy name of the Lord. And one is associated with the holy name of the Lord, it creates a protective barrier. Right? So, it's an example, very beautiful example is a lotus leaf. If you put the water in the lotus leaf, the water just moves. If you just do like water just falls off. That protective covering is like the association of the holy name of the Lord. When you're associating with the holy name of the Lord, we are protected by all the malice, all the negative influences from outside, just like reflects back. In fact, even if some people comes within our area of influence, there's high probability that that person will be influenced by us instead of us being influenced by them. That is the potency of the holy name. Of course, they can go so much detail about the potency of holy name. Right? But Vibhishan, even being in the midst of such uh, biggest asuras in the universe, did not even budge for single inch. He was strong. He's been did up. Now we're determined because of his extreme attachment to Lord Ram's name continuously. Right. So even though Mother Keke was in the presence of Lord Ram, right, physical association was there, but still she asked for Lord Ram to be banished from the kingdom. Whereas Vibhishan, he didn't have physical association of Lord Ram. He was associating with the holy names, instructions, so to say, the word, the name of the Supreme Lord, and he was totally fixed. This shows that you don't have to actually be physically present, or physically be in the presence of, even if you are in physically presence of the Supreme Lord, there's no guarantee. And this very thing is very beautifully mentioned in the 10th chapter, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastime where the Brahman Patnis, when the wives of the Brahmanas goes to Krishna, when Krishna replies to them saying that you won't have much benefit being in my presence. It's better you go back to your home, but engage in worshipping my deities, hear about me, chant about me. That is much better than being present before, being in association of me. That is much better. Krishna himself said in the 10th canto, if you read the pastime at the very end of the pastime of the wives of Brahmanas. Right? So we have to know whom to associate with and whom not to associate with. Because devotees of the Lord who are totally always engaged in taking the holy name of the Lord, they are the ones who should we be associating with. Why? Because there's beautiful words in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter. 18th chapter is the prayers by the residents of Jambudvip. It's very beautiful. I'll just read 2 lines of the verse. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarve gunestatra samasate suraha. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana. One who engages in the bhakti of Bhagavati, of Supreme Lord, in what way? Akinchana. In an unconditional way, unmotivated way. What happened? Sarve gunestatra samasate sura. All the good qualities of the demigods manifest in such a person. So we are like sponges who associate with, we absorb their qualities. So if associate with devotees who are engaged in taking the name of Lord in such a way, akinchana, right, will imbibe the quality because they already have the good qualities of Sura, of the devotees, the Devatas. We'll imbibe the qualities what they have. Right? There's so many examples of this in Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So that is about association, right? Whom to associate with, whom not to associate with. The lesson of association. That's first one. The second one is called Alakshmi. Hopefully I can complete it now. 2 more lessons. So Alakshmi. So this pastime comes when Mother Lakshmi, when Mother Sita is in Panchavati, Ashok Vatika. Now, after Ravan kidnapped Mother Sita, took her to Ashok Vatika in Panchavati, Lord Hanuman, he jumped over the ocean, jumped over the sea, entered Lanka, right? At night, he went and searched everywhere. He went into the palace of Ravana, right, to find Mother Sita because he was given the description of Mother Sita, how she looks, everything. He was trying to find where's Mother Sita, where's Mother Sita. He could not find. He said, okay, where to look? She's not here. Then he went to the very top of the palace and saw that this moonlight is shining at one place, Ashok Vatika. He said, oh, that's the place which I'm not looked at. I'll go in the morning. So he waited till the morning. The morning when he reached Ashok Vatika and saw that Ravana, along with Mandodari, other queens, all servants, demonesses, they are coming towards Mother Sita. And when Ravana came in front of Mother Sita, he started boasting himself. Oh, no, I am Ravana. I'm the king of Lanka. You're Ram. It's an ascetic. He'll not keep you happy. I will keep you happy. He's nobody, right? He's not, I am the most powerful. He's boasting himself. And Mother Sita just started chastising Ravana, saying that, oh, you think you are powerful? Oh, and that's why you have to trick my husband and lure him away so you can kidnap me. Ah, right. We are so powerful. Perfect. Right? And started chastising Ravana. And Ravana was, no one even could imagine, you know, and he could not imagine even a single person talking to him like that. But started chastising Ravana. He said, if you want the dynasty to live, if you want you to live, the only way right now is to respectfully hand over me to Lord Ram. If not, he's gonna annihilate you and your dynasty. If you want to live, do it right now, it's for your good. Ravan could not tolerate this. Right? Mother Sita started chastising and started saying what will happen if you don't give him back. Right? So what is it? What is the Alakshmi part here? We told the past time, where is Alakshmi ka chal kya raha hai, you know? Because people think if Lakshmi is in my home, that is auspicious. Right? We think Lakshmi, if you have a nice bank balance, if you have big safe with $1,000 million, barabar, you know, it's auspicious, very nice. Now, हिंदी में घर पे सब पैसा है, right? Prosperity is there in house. But Mother Sita, with personification of the goddess of fortune, is in the home of Ravana, but he's only hearing chastisement from Mother Sita. So is it really Lakshmi? No, that is Alakshmi. What is Alakshmi? Definition of Alakshmi is anything, any wealth acquired through illegal means or through adharmic principles is called as Alakshmi. Right? So people are very much eager to collect wealth, to be prosper through illegal means, especially breaking the four regulative principles. So whatever we obtain, whatever wealth we obtain, whatever prosperity we have, if it's by breaking one of the four regular principles, that is not Lakshmi, that is Alakshmi. And what does Alakshmi bring? It brings diseases, anxiety, animosity, quarrel in the family, all misfortune. Okay. So everything, all this diseases, anxiety, everything was invited by Ravana himself when he kidnapped Mother Sita. He's one of the aggressors, right? Touching someone else's wife. So Ravana did not care. He used to go and conquer different kingdoms, different planets in the universe. And if he liked a lady, just kidnap. Doesn't care with mother, father, mother, sister, daughter. I don't care. Let's enjoy with them. Right? He did so much. He had curses from 28 different personalities. He's such a useless person. Right? So even though Mother Sita was the personification of Lakshmi in the kingdom of Ravan, he invited a Lakshmi by kidnapping Mother Sita. Right? That is the principle. So we have to make sure just because we have money in the house, that doesn't mean we have Lakshmi. We have to know how we acquire the Lakshmi. By legal, dharmic way, there is Lakshmi. What we understand is, where is Lakshmi, where is Mother Lakshmi happy? Where there is Lord Narayan, Mother Lakshmi by default will be there. You don't have to invite her, you don't have to do Lakshmi Pujan separately. People do Lakshmi Pujan, they forget Narayan Pujan. Lakshmi Aja, Ghar Sampatti Ave, they do all this kind of worship for Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi, please come. Lakshmi Devi, please come. Lakshmi Devi is Chanchala. She doesn't stay on place. She comes, gives permission, she goes back again. Yeah, she's very Chanchala. She doesn't leave, or she can't leave the lotus feet of Lord Narayan for long. Okay. So if you invite Lord Narayan in our house, Mother Lakshmi will come behind Lord Narayan by default without any extraneous effort. She would love to stay there. So we have to know that Ravana had Sakshat Lakshmi, but was not happy. Instead, she was the cause of all misfortune for Ravana. That is one thing that is one thing from this pastime we have to learn of Lakshmi. how to acquire wealth if at all is needed. Because grahasthas, we should have some wealth, right? And use it in a proper way. We have to use in maintain the other three ashramas, brahmachari, vanapastha, and sannyas. We have to do we have to do charity. We have to so many things. We take care of the entire society. So we need Lakshmi, but we have to acquire Lakshmi in the right way. So that is the second lesson from Ramayana. The third lesson is humility and sensitivity attracts blessings from Supreme Lord, and not the Supreme Lord, from all people around you. A very beautiful pastime is mentioned now. When Lord Ram and Lakshman, they were entering the forest, Vali saw these two personalities coming in the forest because Lord Ram had killed a demon called Kabandha. He was demigod previously. And they said, and he mentioned that, if you go south, you will find Sugriva, who will help you. Please go there. They started going searching for Sugriva. And Sugriva saw these two personalities, Lord Ram and Lakshman. He said, and he thought maybe Vali has sent some spies to find me and kill me. He immediately went back and talked with ministers, and also Lord Hanuman was there. He said, Hanuman, go and find what is the intention of these two personalities. Lord Ram said, don't worry, I don't think they're bad, but let me just do the needful. When he went there, he came to know that Lord Ram is Lakshman, they are not, they're his masters. Finally, he took them on his shoulders and came in front of Sugriva. And as Sugriva, as a sort of etiquette, what he did, they don't have a nice leather couch, sitting arrangement, the table, coffee table. They don't have all this stuff in this forest. What did Sugriva do? There's a big tal tree. He broke the tal tree, placed on the ground, and what said? Lord Ram, please have a seat. He offered a seat to Ram and sat beside Lord Ram. Now Lord Ram looked at Sugriva and then looked at Lakshman. Sugriva had no clue what did Lord Ram meant. But Hanumanji was very sensitive. He understood what's going on and now knew that Lord Ram is not happy and knew why was Lord Ram not happy. He immediately went up to the tree, broke another piece of tal tree, and this time it was full of fragrant flowers. He broke the tal tree, placed on the ground next to Lord Ram's log, wood, and offered a seat to Lakshman. And he sat beside Lakshman. No, he sat on the ground near the lotus feet of Lakshman. Right? So Lord Ram, seeing this, was extremely happy, pleased that he knows my heart. So Lord Hanuman was extremely sensitive, right? Extremely sensitive to what's going on, right? And he was very happy. Sugriva did not had that kind of etiquette, but Lord Hanuman was perfect, right? There's one pastime where he was very sensitive. His sensitivity is very much exhibited in this particular pastime. Next one comes from when after Ravan boasted himself and was chastised by Mother Sita, they went back. Now Hanumanji is saying, okay, how do I approach Mother Sita? If I approach directly, she'll think that this Ravana himself was disguised as a Vanara, because he could change his appearance. What should I do? Okay, I will start glorifying Lord Ram from the tree. He started singing about the Balakand, that are so many wonderful pastimes of Lord Ram. And she said, who is singing this? And she could understand so beautiful narrations of Lord Ram. And finally, Lord Hanuman came in front and said, I am a humble servant of Lord Ram. Right? And when Hanumanji explained what he did, what happened, Mother Sita said, oh Lord Hanuman, only 3 people can do this, what you did by jumping over the ocean. Only 3 people can do. You, Mayudev, and Garuda. Only 3 people only you 3 can do. No one else can do it. You are so wonderful, so amazing. That's glorifying Lord Hanuman. What was the humility of, what was the response of Hanumanji? He shows his total, utter humility, genuine humility, not fake. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks. So I'm not like that. But internally, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. Not like that. Genuine humility. What do you say? Oh, Mother Sita, I am absolutely useless. You're giving me such you're glorifying me. You're giving me such praise, but I'm not worthy of it. There are much more worthy personalities back in the camp I'm coming from. This is a very risky mission. So for risky missions, you don't send very, very important people. You send people who can be disposed of, who are disposable. That's why they sent me. I can be disposed of. I'm not a big person anyway. I'm just a small, lowly servant of Lord Ram. I can be disposed of. I'm not such a big personality, but there are many people in the camp. He showed his genuine humility. This was not just lip service. It's not lip deep, it was heart deep. He actually meant it. And Mother Sita knew that this humility, what Hanuman was showing, was actually genuine humility. Okay? And hearing this, Mother Sita became so happy and showered blessings and blessings upon Lord Hanuman. She was extremely happy. That shows his humility. Another pastime where Lord Hanuman shows his sensitivity. After Lord Hanuman found Sita, Mother Sita, he jumped back again. He jumped again to tell Lord Ram about the wonderful news. He came in front of Lord Ram, and if we were at least if I was in his place, I would say, oh, Lord Ram, I found Sita. That sounds logical, right? I found Sita. But Hanumanji said in a very, very different way. He said in such a way that doesn't make any grammatical sense. Total grammar was totally off. And Hanumanji is not such a person that his grammar is perfect. He learned the Vedic scriptures from Suryadev. And he was so when Lord Ram, when Hanuman came to find the intention of Lord Ram and Lakshman in the forest, remember that first time we talked about. He started glorifying Lord Hanuman. He had different appearance when he was in a Brahmana ascetic Vesha. He started glorifying Lord Ram and Lakshman. He was telling so fluently. Lord Ram told Lakshman, this person is not ordinary. Even if you're expert in something, in grammar or Vedic knowledge, you're bound to make some mistake or the other. But he's so fluent, he's not made a single mistake till now. That Hanuman said in very, very, very different way. It doesn't make any sense. He said, what do you say? Lord Ram found Sita, I. Why did you say that? You said I in first. You should show his I. His ego. He said, no, that should be last. Then he didn't say Sita first. Sita found I. Why? When he said Sita, the Lord Ram is in such feeling of separation, such a feeling of separation that when Mother Sita asked for when Lord Hanuman was Shukvatika, when he saw Mother Sita said, "Give me an indication that you are son of Lord Ram." He gave a ring of Lord Ram as a proof. And Lord Hanuman said that Lord Ram is in such a separation, the mood of separation is so intense, a ring is now like a bangle for Lord Ram. It's become so thin. Right? So that is intensity of separation, feeling of separation of Lord Ram. So when Hanuman came in front of Lord Ram, he didn't say Sita first. Why? Sita died, tossed, drowned. He will start telling all possibilities, right? So if he's sensitive, he said found. He went to find Sita, Mother Sita. This Sita, I. He showed his sensitivity at that particular instant. And what did when he said that, Lord Ram became so happy, regained this entire energy. And what did he do? What did he say? He said, "Oh Hanuman, I don't have anything in my position to reciprocate with you, except one thing." What did he do? He embraced Hanuman tightly. What else would you need? Even Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma yearns or doesn't get this kind of opportunity, getting a hug, getting an embrace from Supreme Lord himself. Lord Hanuman got that. Short blessings, this ultimate perfection, we could say in one way. Getting embrace from Supreme Lord himself, of his master. How? Humility and sensitivity attracts blessings. So this has to be genuine, of course. It can't be fake. You cannot put a facade. Krishna mentions in the third chapter, Nityachara Suchyate. One must renounce externally everything, but internally the mind dwells on sense objects. That person is called Nityachara, a pretender. We cannot be outside. Oh, I am so fallen, Prabhu, I'm so fallen internally. I know, I'm like that. No problem. Totally opposite. That is not humility. Humility has to be external, internal. It has to match. We have to be humble. And now we know how important humility is. One of the prerequisite of chanting the holy name continuously without any offense is being humble. Has to be humble. When we go to our elders, we bow our head to seek blessings. Have you ever seen anyone chant like this? Please give me blessings. We never say like that. Always bow down to give blessings. Respect, we have potential difference, we have waterfall, we have so many things, charged, whatever, right? From top to bottom. Blessings flow when we become humble. And sensitivity, of course, is so important. When people, when we say, with the COVID pandemic, people say, oh, my loved one died, passed away. You won't say, I know, it's karma. Kya kare? You won't say like that. You know the answer is, the answer is karma. But because you know the answer, you won't directly put in their face. You'll try to mellow it down. You will say, yeah, I understand. You try to become empathic, with their situation. And then slowly help them understand what is going on. Right? Humility and sensitivity attracts the blessings of the Lord, not just the Lord, but also the people around you. Right? We become, and by being humble and sensitive, the other people becomes much more receptive in listening to you. If you're not humble, you're not sensitive, people will say, it's an arrogant person, why would listen to you? But if you're humble and sensitive, they become a nice receptacle to listen what message you have to say about Krishna. So these are three learnings or teachings from Ramayan in this. I've come like 12:30. So please forgive me for any offenses. If at all anything good came out of it, it's all the mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. If at all anything bad, and if I spoke anything wrong, anything, please forgive me, please correct me. I'm sure I have said many things. So kindly forgive me for that and kindly bless me so I can speak in a nice way and nice words, proper words, with proper intentions, proper meanings come out when I speak about Krishna and his wonderful devotees. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ramayan ki jai, Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, Prabhuji has what are the reasons why mantra has to behave to cultivate hatred against Lord Ram? One of the internal reasons was that Lord Ram was so much engrossed, was so happy. So each pastime can show different aspects, different learnings. One of the learning is about association. But why did mantra act in such a way? Such that so when Lord Ram, he was so happy being in Ayodhya, but demigods thought, "Arey bhaiya, just like Krishna, Narad Muni came to Krishna reminded, Sir, Lord, you have to come to Mathura to come Sabadha. You are enjoying with all this, your friends, but you are forgetting main intention of coming, you came here. Yeah, of course I will come. He took Narad's hand, yes, I will come. Ram said, thank you so much, Lord. Narad went, when small Dhenu cow, Oh, what happened? Oh, oh, and started again play. So went to play with his covered boyfriends and play with the cows. He forgot. That's when Narad Muni went to Kamsa. Well, Krishna से होने वाला है नहीं है. But you do something. You do something to make Krishna come. Right? So when Lord Ram was so happy in Ayodhya, demigod thought Lord Ram came here to kill Ravana, but he's so much engrossed, he's so happy with his associates. He has no intention of going to Lanka to kill Ravana. So we have to do something that we such that he has to go. We have to forcefully remove him from Ayodhya, so to say, to kill Ravana. So that's why they put Mother Saraswati on the tongue. So Indra asked Bharaspati, "Can I put? Can we place Mother Saraswati in the in tongue of Mother in Manthara, so I can speak in such a way that Mother Kaikeyi becomes influenced and banishes Lord Ram?" Bharaspati said, "Yes, you do it." That is why Mother Saraswati sat in the tongue of Mother Manthara in the tongue of Manthara and spoke in such a way that Kaikeyi would ask for the banishment of Lord Ram so that he can fulfill his duty. That is one of the main reasons which happened. Or else Lord Ram would not have to leave Ayodhya. He would be happy in Ayodhya. Hopefully, with that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, are there any other questions or comments? Any corrections? Okay, once, twice, and thrice. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Now we'll have the Kirtan. So who'll be singing the Kirtan? Aarti. Okay, William will be singing Kirtan. Okay, wonderful. So let me share my screen, Mayabo TV, and then you can begin the Kirtan. 1
Hey
second.
Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Loud and
Yeah,
clear.
it's just me for right now, but someone
Okay.
might join in later, but I'll
Sure.
get started.
Yeah.
Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadeshatarini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadeshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Nitai Sachinandana, Nitai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Nitai Sachinandana, Nitai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jaya Radha Madhav Hari, Radha Madhav Hari Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhav Hari, Radha Madhav Hari Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaura Hariba, 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 Nitai Gaura Hariba, Nitai Gaur Hariba. Hariba, Hariba, Nitai Gaur Hariba. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Sajnanande Bhagwan ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Haribo. Hare Krishna, everyone. Sorry I don't have the whole team with me right now in Chambas, but thank you for the opportunity to do Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hi Krishna, thank you so much, William. Now we're ready for Nishinharthi. Go ahead, Subbu Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Karashaya. Namaste Karashaya. Viladana Vilayine. Viladana Jaya Lakshmi